Hello, welcome to Sephra's World. My name is Sephra, and this is my world, and it's your world too. And let's figure out what December's going to hold for us for the horoscopes. The horoscopes are brought to you by Romance Daily News, so I hope you go over and check out the website every day on Romance Daily News, and they always have a book of the day for free too once you join and become a member. And of course, you'll see my books over there, my Witch Upon a Star series, my Taurus, a hearse of a different color, has just been released. And this series is about a coven of witches and combines elements of astrology, witchcraft, horror, mysteries, ghosts, haunted houses. This particular witch, Dorothy, who's the Taurus witch, she's a crystal ball reader. And in this book, she's really excited because the cast of her favorite TV show is coming to town to shoot a few scenes, and she's hoping to meet her favorite actor of all time, Oscar Dominion. So this book is about, will she get to meet her actor? Will she not? At any rate, I hope you go out and buy my Taurus book. It is available in ebook and print from Riverdale Avenue Books. And so now let's get started with this horoscope business. Now, for December, well, you know what? Let's go back for a minute and think about November, because November was pretty interesting this year, at least in my world it was. Uh, we had a very intense Mercury retrograde in Scorpio this year. We just came out of it a week or two ago, so some of you may still be feeling the effects of that. Now, what that Mercury in Scorpio retrograde did was to force, it was like a tower card. It pushed people to really look at themselves. And I think a lot of you probably experienced that. Here in the writing world, there was definitely a lot of that going on as some deep, dark, hidden things were suddenly brought out into the light. With regard to a few small presses here in Canada, we had several small presses being illuminated for practices that weren't the best. And in that, for those of us who are writers and not necessarily working with those publishers, but just thinking about how these publishers have conducted themselves professionally or not so professionally, it gave us all pause to start to think about how we're conducting ourselves and what deep, dark secrets do we have that might be pulled out and exposed to the light. So it's very interesting to see all that happening in the Scorpio retrograde. And I wonder if you too had some interesting illuminations during that time. And if you did, please share your experiences in the comments so people can talk about it and maybe glean some more meaning from these things. Now, for this coming month, for December, well, hey, we're in December right now, so I'm a little late this month. Um, this is a month of celebration. This is a month of really getting our teeth into who our friends are, who they aren't. Right now, we're feeling the vibrations of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is a friendly, happy-go-lucky sign. That they're actually, you know, very lucky people, but you figure they got horse hooves, the horse shoes, right? And so the rest of us are feeling kind of that adventurous spirit. Sagittarians love to philosophize, they love to teach people, and so you may find yourself embracing some of those elements into your own life, even if you're not a Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and this is a planet of expansion. So, definitely things expanding and getting bigger and better, which is where manifesting luck, manifesting positive energy, manifesting good times comes in because we got to grab hold of these vibrations while we can, while they're with us. So, Sagittarius, which is with us till December 21st, is definitely the time to really get adventurous. Plus, it's a very frisky, amorous sign as well. So if you're looking for a whirlwind romance, this is the time. Everyone's excited for the holidays, so build on that excitement, as it were. Now, some other things I can tell you about this month is we have the full moon in Gemini on December the 12th at 12:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so, what's interesting about that is the full moon in Gemini while we're in Sagittarius, which can get complicated for those of you who aren't really into astrology. But just hang on, and it'll all be clear in a minute. So, Gemini rules, in this case with the full moon, it'll have you inspecting or paying attention to what we call your lower mind, while the vibrations of Sagittarius will be plucking away at your higher mind, right? So you get your whole brain going, your whole mind going, your higher self, your lower self. The higher self is our spiritual ideas or our broader outlook about things, whereas our lower self is our more immediate, earthly, material kind of ideas. Other things that these energies will bring to us is with the Gemini part of it, you may find yourself dealing with logical issues or being more logical about things in general. And like I said, the immediate gratification kind of idea, immediate environmental things. And I don't necessarily mean the environment as climate change and stuff like that, but certainly that is a big concern for all of us right now if the human race wants to keep going. And the Gemini aspects also help with the attitude and just getting around things. You know, Gemini's, like most of the air signs, is very much into technology and travel and just being really busy. So then we have the Sagittarius energies, which give us kind of the broader, big picture of what's happening, and the quest for meaning, because Sagittarians are philosophers, and so we have the whole Sagittarius energy bringing us ideas of philosophy and where we are, who we are, what we're trying to do with our lives, you know, in this moment, in this year, in this lifetime, right? And so both of these elements combined will give you a attitude of adventure. You'll be able to express feelings better and just really figuring out your life. So as opposed to, you know, how we had Scorpio last month where we're digging deep to some of those yucky bits about ourselves, this is a more fun time. This full moon will be a lot of fun because Gemini and Sagittarius are both really fun, quirky signs that love to do things and have a lot of energy. So if you've been feeling a little low lately, maybe you'll find yourself packed full of energy once that full moon hits. Now, then we move on to December the 21st, where the moon goes into Capricorn at 11:19 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that is also the solstice. Now, before we talk about the solstice, we'll just talk a bit about going into Capricorn, where now you'll get past the playful, adventurous spirit of Sagittarius and move more towards the more serious kind of long-term goals of the Capricorn. Capricorn people and the Capricorn energies are more about taking responsibility for yourselves and getting more ambitious. So, where we have the Sagittarius ambitious in one area, the Capricorn ambition continues on, whereas Sagittarius might be playful and impulsive and fiery and energetic. Then we move into the Capricorn ambition, which is more focused, more responsible, more financially oriented, and building a strong foundation for the future, if you kind of understand those two different ideas. So, with the solstice, this is a big pagan celebration, and so for some of us, this is bigger than Christmas because this is, you know, the longest night of the year, the return of the sun, all that stuff. The days start getting longer. So if you've been suffering from seasonal affective disorder the last few months, you may find yourself starting to feel better as once the solstice hits, and then you realize now we've hit the longest night. Now we're going back to shorter days, even though, you know, winter is cold and all that, but that's different because winter keeps changing when it comes, you know. Here in Toronto, like we just had super huge winter in November. Yet the last few years we're running around in t-shirts, so the climate's all strange. But that's okay. So we have the new moon with a solar eclipse in Capricorn coming up. And so with that, that's where you can really get observe to yourself about being practical and figuring out attainable goals and really working on your self-discipline, whether it's getting work done, maybe you're self-employed, so you have to get focused on a better schedule, getting more clients in, or whatever the nature of your work is. The self-discipline, maybe, you gotta get some of that going on because there's too much good food lying around, so you don't want to eat everything in sight. So you gotta pull back on your eating habits. The self-discipline can be your exercising, can be balance in work and play, can be dealing with how you respond and react to things. Because don't forget, no one can make us feel bad but ourselves, right? And this is something sometimes we forget when we're feeling bad or we're feeling, and I don't mean depression, I mean how people treat us and how we allow them to treat us or not allow them to treat us. And this is a good time to really explore. Your life and maybe some of the people in your life aren't good for you, so you can get stronger about cutting them out as you build towards the new year with this new moon, and really think about what you want 2020 to be for you and who you want to come along for the ride in your little boat. So, also the new moon solar eclipse in Capricorn will definitely bring you that sense of excitement that maybe you have been lacking because, it's been dark and stormy and getting too ready for Christmas. So you haven't been thinking about your own stuff, but now you can start to get excited about your life again because whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or solstice or whatever your holiday celebration is, it's a lot of stress for any of us, even those of us who have really pulled back on actually gift giving and even decorating and things like that, but just try to enjoy each other. It's still a stressful time, because the whole world is stressed out preparing for this very materialistic holiday season, right? So now you can get back to focus on yourself and how you are going to progress through 2020. How are you going to grow as a person? How's your family going to grow? Is it going to be just you? Do you have a partner? Do you have children? Do you want to create a new family? All these ideas you're playing with, and you can set your goals and set your sights on. So, it's December, so really just have a good time. Really work on those energies that are coming your way with the solstice and the solar eclipse and the moons. It's really a wonderful, exciting time. So enjoy yourself. And as always, you can feel free to leave comments. You can message me if you want your own tarot reading. I'm on Fiverr. So just enjoy, and happy holidays, happy solstice, and we'll see you in the new year.